Hey guys, D-Sol back in the Nerd Cave with my January 2022 pickups video. Starting the year off with a smaller haul this month, which is good. You know, it's good once in a while not to go crazy. So let's just kind of jump right in. First up, we'll start off with my Hamilton book pickups, and I'll leave a link in the description below in case you missed that video from a couple weeks ago. First up is a Steelbook, and these are older Steelbooks. I'm trying to see the year on here. But these are kind of older Steelbooks. First one up is Batman and Batman Returns. Couldn't pass these up. These are really nice. They were like I think they were like $4.95 or something like that each. Pretty cheap. I actually don't have this on Blu-ray, so it's definitely an upgrade. This is kind of a double dip for me, but I feel like I couldn't have one without the other. And so let's just kind of go through, like I do in every one of these videos, what these are upgrades from. So this is an upgrade from my older VHS. This is kind of beat up. I had this when it was first released when I was a kid. Ripped here, taped up. I did that like day one. I was so excited for this movie. And it's also an upgrade to my Laserdisc. I have to stretch out for that one. See if I could. Yep, that's gonna fall. And a double dip of my Digibook of Batman that I got about a year or so ago. Really nice Digibook. Warner Brothers always came out with really nice ones. I'm pretty sure this is just a re-release of the same. It's the same exact disc. You know, so definitely a double dip. Just different packaging. Pretty identical, just in Digibook form. So, listen, I've been being really aware of space, and I've been trying, if I upgrade, if I really don't need what I'm upgrading from, I'll get rid of it. But I'm definitely not getting rid of these. So, okay, so that's Batman, and then going into Batman Returns. That is an upgrade from my VHS, which is in pretty decent condition. I feel like I didn't have this one as a kid. I feel like I picked this up a couple years ago. And it's also an upgrade to my Batman Returns Laserdisc. Christmas classic, of course. So those are my first two pickups from Hamilton Book. Next one up is a Brandon Routh movie, Dylan Dog, Dead of Night. I saw this years ago. I kind of remember liking it. So again, this is only a few bucks on Hamilton Books, so I picked it up. Next one up is Lights Out. It's pretty decent horror. I just heard that I think they might be making a sequel to this. And again, this is Hamilton Books. Everything here was only a few bucks. I spent the most on this one. Haven't opened it up yet. It's a Scream Factory release of The Gate 2. Now I have the first Gate on Vestron Video, one of those Vestron Video releases. So Gate 2 was a Scream Factory standard edition release. This was probably like 17 bucks, which is about $4 or $5 cheaper than you have it on eBay. So still a pretty good deal. So those were my Hamilton Book pickups. So again, I'll leave a link in the description below to that video. I'm going to jump into this one too. So when I did my Hamilton Book pickups, I always coordinate with my brother-in-law Jim, see what he wants, so we can kind of just order it together. And he got, I think it was a double feature Nicolas Cage. It was Face Off and Snake Eyes. I kind of regretted getting it, but as you know, in this hobby, you inevitably buy something you already have. So we already had a copy of Face Off, so he kept the double pack of those two movies and gave me this still sealed Face Off. And I don't have this in the collection, so I was definitely happy to take it. So next up is from a website that I've heard of before. I've never picked anything up, and I think I was on Instagram and I saw they had a sale going on. It's from Makeflix. I don't know too much about it, but I just picked up two things for pretty cheap. First one up is Teenage Exorcist with a second bonus feature of the Channeler. I know very little about this. I know they kind of specialize in, I think, shot on video features from the 80s and 90s, early 90s. So definitely interested in checking that out. And then another one is a documentary, Shock Cinema. And I believe it is hosted by, Brink Stevens. This is the signed slip edition. Again, it's fairly cheap. And it says like limited availability, and of course that you fall for that and pick it up. So between the two of these, I think it was like 20 something bucks, so not too bad. Here's a little bit about the documentary. Bunch of people on here. So, yep. Bunch of things on there. A lot of, like I said, shot on video type stuff. Stuff that I'm not really interested in, but those two seemed kind of cool, so pick those up. Next one up, I went to the Archive again. If you don't know the Archive, it's in Connecticut, so it's a little bit of a drive, about an hour and a half from where I am in Jersey, and it's pretty much the physical location on here and the East Coast of Vinegar Syndrome. So went there, and they have a ton of stuff. They have so many different boutique label, titles. And so, of course, I went there. We went there to kind of try to sell some stuff. They also buy, they will take your collection. They took nothing of ours. I think our stuff was just it was kind of annoying because we did bring a lot of stuff. And I guess a lot of it was just kind of your run-of-the-mill, regular kind of studio type releases. I would have thought they would have taken some stuff. But I get it. They have a ton of stuff in there that probably doesn't, that no one touches or buys. So I understand it. But of course I couldn't leave without buying a few things. First one up is an Umbrella release, and it's Alien Nation. This is a great kind of sci-fi alien buddy cop movie with James Caan and Mandy Patinkin. Or Patinkin? Am I saying that right? I really enjoy this movie. If you don't know, they made this into a series, I think on Fox, in the late 80s, early 90s. But I do enjoy this movie. This time around, when I went to the first time I went to the Archive, I filmed in there and stuff, and I didn't do that again. There were actually a good amount of people in there this time, so they have a wide array of movies, DVDs, VHS, vinyl, a ton of stuff in there. So I'd always recommend checking that out if you're in the Bridgeport, Connecticut area. But yeah, so this I don't believe this has a US release, and it is a 20th Century Fox release, so I don't know if Disney will be, releasing this anytime soon on Blu-ray in the US, so I had to pick this up. Now, it is an Umbrella release, so although it says Region B, it might play on Region A, but I have a Region B player, so no big deal. And this is an upgrade to my Alien Nation Laserdisc, which I have watched a few times. Like I said, I really do enjoy this movie. Next one up. Put it down. Where did I put everything? Here we go. This is an hour release of Death Screams. I was going to pick this up when it was first released, and I didn't. I think it had an alternate slipcover that might be kind of out of stock or hard to find. But I did. This looked cool. This just looked cool. I know nothing about the movie, and it's one of those things. Like, it looks cool, I'll pick it up. It was the last one there, which always kind of adds to the pressure. Like, I better pick it up. So looking forward to checking this one out. Here's a little bit about the film. 88 minutes, so, not too long. Not too much of an investment. Maybe money-wise, but not time-wise. And next one up is a Vinegar Syndrome partner label release. I can't really read what partner label. Ultra Shock? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Don't tell me I need glasses. Culture Shock. Come on, guy. Culture Shock. And it's Girlfriend from Hell. I've seen a lot of videos recently where people have picked this up. The slip is awesome, and I do remember I forget where this actress is from. She's in a couple things. I didn't mean to touch that. Um, I did watch a trailer of this movie, and it looked pretty good. And then when I went there, they had plenty of these in stock. It is all region, so I was excited to pick it up. I usually wait to buy the actual Vinegar Syndrome. It's pretty cool. Look at the eyes. I pretty much wait to buy the Vinegar Syndrome releases until they have the halfway to Black Friday and Black Friday sales, just because I buy so much of it that it makes sense to do that. So I didn't really pick up any Vinegar Syndrome releases that, unless the number kind of dips down under 1,000, I won't pick it up. But I kind of wish I picked one or two up. Next one up is a Blue Underground 4K release. And this one is the Toolbox Murders. I almost bought this on Blu-ray. It was on my watch list, I think, on Amazon, and it was like pretty cheap, $15, something like that. But I went ahead and I got the 4K. It's a nice slip. Blue Underground has some nice 4K releases, so I wanted to add that to the collection. Here's a little bit about the film. It's pretty well-known kind of early slasher type film that I've never seen. So definitely looking forward to checking it out. I think it was actually, sometimes the things in the archive are a little more money than you can get them online. But I like to support them, so for a couple extra bucks it doesn't matter. But this was, I think, that identical price as it was on Amazon, so no big deal. I'd rather get it there. And last one up, they gave this to us for free. And oh, it opens up. Cool. It seems pretty appropriate. It's a DVD of Betty White, her life. So 4 DVDs, 29 episodes. When is this? I never actually took a look at this. Life with Elizabeth, Date with Angels. I have no idea what this is. I guess it's just a bunch of things with just Betty White in it. It's pretty cool. This opens up. They were giving these away, so. And of course, they gave you, whenever you go there, they give you a couple stickers. So here's the archive, and there's the address in case you're in the area or not too far. I'd always recommend checking it out. And they gave me a pin, which is really cool. It was Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday 2021 pin, which is pretty awesome. I also just got an email for those who did pick up the Flesh for Frankenstein release during their Black Friday sale. I think there was an issue with one of the discs. The nice thing about Vinegar Syndrome is that you don't have to call them, you don't have to fill anything out, you don't have to prove that you've destroyed the disc, like I believe Criterion made them people do for Citizen Kane. They just go ahead and they know who picked it up, and they keep really good records, I guess, and they just send it to you. You have to do nothing. So I just got an email yesterday saying that it's on the way. The UHD, I think, disc something was wrong with it. So if you picked one up and you didn't get that email, you probably will be getting that soon. Okay, so that was my archive Vinegar Syndrome release. Well, not really Vinegar Syndrome, but my archive pickups. Next one up, we'll go into what I got from, what is this? I guess this is Amazon. A couple things from Amazon. First one up is a Scream Factory standard release of Dracula Dead and Loving It, a Mel Brooks film with Leslie Nielsen. This is a classic. This is one of my favorite ones of that era. I think the ones from the 80s are probably the best of his films. But the 90s, listen, you have Robin Hood Men in Tights, and you have this one, which I think are great. There's a little bit about the film and some of the special features. I feel like this came a little banged up. Looks okay now. Came a little banged up. Listen, I'm not gonna. This is a standard release. If it came with a slip that was totally destroyed, I'd probably want to return it, but it doesn't really matter. Next one up is a Paramount Presents release. used up a couple. I still have some gift card money left, but I used my gift card stuff on this, and it is Paramount Presents release of Kurt Russell in Breakdown, 1997 film. Of course, this opens up so you can see the poster, and it actually has different artwork in here as well. And here's a little bit about the film with some of the special features. And of course it comes with a digital code, which is nice that these come with that now, which is something that I kind of complained about when these first came out. Next one up is MVD release of Jack Frost 2. I did not get the first one because I have it on Vinegar Syndrome. It's not with the slip. That's, I think, a harder slip to come by. I was tempted to get both, literally only so I can have them next to each other on the shelf, and I had to stop myself. You know, it's a slippery slope, this hobby, you know, and this collection business, and I just can't do it. I can't, you know, unless I just sell my Vinegar Syndrome one, which maybe I'll do that. Now, I've heard there's issues maybe with this disc, so let me know in the comments below, guys, if you've heard that as well, and if there's some sort of return program, or they're just sending stuff out. I got this through Amazon, so I don't know if there's anything you should be doing for that. And last one up from my Amazon pickups is a Vestron Collector's Series of Candyman, Day of the Dead. I pretty much have the entire collection now between Candyman Day of the Dead on Vestron, Candyman Release on Scream Factory Collector's Edition, and then the standard edition of Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh. I do not have the remake. I don't know if is it a remake or is it a sequel? I've never seen it. I've stayed away from kind of hearing anything about the film only because I want to go in fresh. So I've stayed away from a lot of reviews. I know there's some mixed reviews, but I've tried to stay away from it. So there's that. And let's now move on to Best Buy. I only picked up 2 things last month from Best Buy. First one, you know, I dropped the ball, man. I dropped the ball in Best Buy. I try to pre-order the Steelbooks now. I had an opportunity to pre-order the Halloween Kills Steelbook, and I did not like it. I did not love the movie. I watched it on, I guess, Peacock, right, when it was released. The ending just really bothered me. A lot of things about that movie just pissed me off. So when the Steelbook you're able to pre-order, it was still fresh in my head that I didn't like the movie, so I was like, screw it, I'm not getting it. And now it's like the collector in me was like, damn. It's like, it's going for stupid money. And I know better. I know I'm not going to go pick it up on eBay for that money. I will not do it. I will not. But you know, they have to be coming out with, either they're going to restock them, and if they don't, I remember the 2018 Halloween came out with, like, there was like a McFarlane edition that came out, Steelbook. Then I think Target came out with the same exact Steelbook for the 4K that Best Buy had, but it was a Blu-ray. I mean, I'll just do that. I don't care. So I'm not too worried about it, but it's annoying. And then Dune, I just didn't even think about that, and that got sold out. So 2 things that I missed, which is kind of annoying. But so when I was out on this hunt for those 2 Steelbooks, I ran across Malignant. I have not seen this. I do have HBO Max. I'm not sure if it's back on HBO Max or not, but I never watched this when it was on. This is picking up all my fingerprints. This was going for like too much money for a while, and then I just happened to see this for like $14.99 or whatever it was, so I finally picked it up. And then the last one was a pre-order, but I think this is still readily available. I'm not really sure, but... And it's The Punisher. Excuse me. Lionsgate Steelbook. I did a video on this pickup as well. I may have done it with the Hamilton book one. I'm not sure, but if not, I'll leave a link. But there's The Punisher. Or maybe I filmed it and I didn't... You know what? I filmed an unboxing of this and just never uploaded it because I forgot. And then by the time I was going to do it, it's like, it's over. People bought this already. So I'll just quickly take this off, and here is the artwork in their Steelbook, which is really nice. Lionsgate always knocks these out of the park. The car explosions and everything, really, really detailed. And here's the back. Really cool. Thomas Jane was a good Punisher. Punisher Warzone was terrible. I remember seeing it in the movie. R-rated, but kind of corny. It was almost like the Batman and Robin of the Punisher series, and how corny it was. But listen, if they come out with a Lionsgate Steelbook of that, I will probably pick it up. Almost forgot to mention that the 4K Punisher is an upgrade to my old DVD release of the Punisher, which was actually pretty cool because it came with a little mini comic inside. But yeah, so nice upgrade. All right, guys, so here are my pickups for January. Let me know in the comments below, what did you get this month? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see you guys in the Nerd Cave.